Assalamu alaikum dear students. Hope you all are well at home. So let's move further as we have already started a chapter, that is chapter number 10, magnetic fields due to electric current, and inshallah today's lecture will be part 8 of the same chapter. So as in my previous video lecture, I have started a topic, that is torque on a current loop. That topic I have divided into two parts, that is the number 1 explanation part and number 2 is the derivation part. So in my last video lecture, I have explained you the working of a DC motor, that how a motor works. That was the explanation through a video. So inshallah in today's video lecture we will have a derivation part. So here a current loop in a magnetic field, this is what that we have studied in our previous video lecture. So let's have a quick revision of that topic so that we can move further. So here the current carrying wire loop is of rectangular shape and is placed in a uniform magnetic field is in such a way that the segments A, B and C, D of the loop are perpendicular to the magnetic field, that is vector of B. Now in my previous video lecture, I have explained you regarding the right hand rule and how we have used the right hand rule. That also I have explained you through a video. So here let us now look at the action of rotation in detail. For this purpose, we have to consider a loop ABCD placed in a uniform magnetic field emerging out of the paper. So this is the diagram of the same. Now the side view of the loop ABCD at an angle theta. So this is the side view. Here we have considered side view of the loop ABCD, that is the loop. We can able to see the BC side of the loop ABCD, which is kept in a uniform magnetic field, that is vector of capital B. As you can see here, there will be some magnetic force will be act over here so that this coil can be rotate. Now see, at the side C, the force is making some angle, that is theta. Similarly, if we are going to draw a normal to the length or the side BC, now the length of the side BC is L2, and if you are going to draw a normal to that, so it is going to make an angle, that is theta. This is the length L2 of the side BC, and if you are going to draw a normal to this side BC, so it is going to make an angle theta with the applied magnetic field, that is vector of B. Similarly, the remaining side, this is nothing but the 90 degree. If we are having the theta here, so this angle will be nothing but 90 minus theta, as we know that. Similarly, you can see here, this is the another force, magnetic force, and this is the another force, so that it can be rotate like this. So if we are going to join these two, so again it is going to make an angle theta. So this is all regarding the side view of the loop ABCD at an angle theta. So you can see the thetas are here. Now we can calculate the net force and the net torque on the loop in a situation which is given in this diagram. So let's move further. Let us obtain the forces on all sides of the loop. The force vector of F4 on side 4, that is side BC, will be vector of F4 is equal to I L2 B sine 90 minus theta. The force F2 on side 2, that is side DA, will be equal and opposite to the F4, and both act along the same line. Thus vector of F2 and F4 will cancel out each other. Now the magnitudes of forces F1 and F3 on side 3, that is AB, and side 1, that is CD, will be I L1B sine theta. Now sine theta is 1, that is I L1B. These two forces do not act along the same line, and hence they produce a net torque. This torque results into rotation of the loop so that the loop is perpendicular to the direction of vector of B, that is the magnetic field. The moment arm is half of the L2 sine theta about the central axis of the loop, and the torque due to force F1 and vector F3 will be then, that is torque is equal to I L1B half of L2 sine theta plus I L1B half of L2 sine theta. Now when we sum or plus adding both these, so we will finally have torque is equal to I L1 L2 B sine theta. Now if the current carrying loop is made up of multiple turns, that is capital N, in the form of a flat coil, so the total torque will be, that is torque is equal to N torque, that is N is what? That is the number of turns. So finally, as we have already derived the equation of the torque in our, that was the previous equation. So it will be when we are substituting the value of torque. So our final torque is equal to N I L1 L2 B sine theta. Now as we know that L1 and L2 is nothing but the sides of the loop, that is the area. So we can, instead of writing L2 and L1, we can finally write, that is the final torque is equal to NIA B sine theta, where N is the number of turns, I is the current, A is the area of that loop, B is the magnetic field strength, theta is the angle between magnetic field and length of the loop. The above equation holds good for all flat coils irrespective of their shape in a uniform magnetic field. So with the help of this formula, we can able to find the torque, the value of torque on a current loop. So this is the derivation part of the torque on a current loop. So you can see the previous video lecture, that was the part 7 of the same chapter. So here we have completed this topic, this subtopic. Now what you have to do, you have to keep study. You have to learn this formula so that we can use this formula in the numerical part. Thank you.